On this week's Talking with Topher, which was so much fun, I was on the lake, 101.5, I think. I mean, it's no fun. I appreciate heights today. I'm not gonna bounce. No, it's gonna be a very bad day for me if I fall. And now let's get into episode 174. All right, everybody. It's so good to be back. It is August 3rd, 2023. And of course, I'm so glad to have you all back here with me. Before we get into anything today, let me start off by telling you all about the link tree. All right, go ahead, copy and share that link tree. Go ahead and click that link tree for more TwT. It's just that easy, but it's in the description below the video. Of course, I always want to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome to the new subscribers. And if you're just stopping by, hit that subscribe button, all right? It's just that easy. By clicking, it's free for you, and it means so much to me. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. Of course, if you want to get more involved with the podcast, maybe you have a story to tell, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com, the official email of the podcast. Go ahead and send that on over. And with all that out of the way, it's just been a crazy week, and I've been rearranging my schedule to help my franchisees get trained. And so in order to do that, I had to redo my schedule and close a couple nights, which was a good refresher for me, and it really helped what I already knew kind of stick. You know what I mean? When you do something hands-on and then you're teaching somebody else, it just helps the information stick in your brain. And I also had to do jiu-jitsu 3 days in a row, which I will tell you is brutal. It's brutal. You're like, oh, well, it's only 3 hours, 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours at most, right? You know, because the late night classes are fun. I find them to be a little bit more fun at night because when you go to jiu-jitsu during the day, and I don't know if this goes across for every school, but I know it's for my school mostly. But like, once jiu-jitsu's over, the teachers have to go and teach another class during the day. So when class was at 9 and over at 10, maybe 10:15 latest, that was it. Jiu-jitsu was done. They go and teach a new class. But at night, they do all kinds of like other things. Like, well, not other things. Man, I can't talk. I'm sorry. I'm a little excited right now. I just ended this week, and it feels so good to finally be done. But what it was is at night they'll have like you can stay after class and just roll because there's no more classes. So because of that, you get to do your class for an hour, maybe an hour and 15, and then they just open the mats for everybody to just continue rolling or chit chat or ask questions or whatever you would want to do. And it's just awesome because like you finish the class and then you get to do like an extra 2-3 rounds. And now your class went from an hour to an hour and a half. And you're like, so it was a brutal 3 days, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I was super sore. Of course, my very last roll Wednesday morning, my leg, my calf muscle just completely locked up on me. It was very, very upsetting. I don't like it when my body fails, but unfortunately, it does. I'm getting into that age, so what am I going to do about it, right? So I did all that, and then I helped my franchisees close. I also took them to Tilton today, which was so much fun. I was on the lake, 101.5, I think. And I only spoke for maybe 20, 30 seconds. And I will have to say that I was more nervous to do that than I am to do this weekly. And that's just because of my best friend, the edit button. I mean, holy crap. It was easy. The guy helped me out. But I was out of my element for sure. I was like, oh my God. Whoo, no edit. What are we talking about here? So we were in Tilton. They had a smashing lunch. The raffle went well. The radio announcements went great. And it was just a blast. It was just a blast. I had so much fun. And they got a lot more experience from that. But yeah, just a crazy week. And then, the rain oh man, are we tired of the rain yet or what? Like, I'm always like, oh, we need rain. My grass is done. Well, my grass is overgrowing. It was crazy. By the time I cut it, Thursday morning, my dogs were like half gone. Well, one of my dogs was half gone. The other one, his legs were just gone because he's a little bit taller. So I was so happy to finally be able to mow the lawn Thursday morning. And then Friday morning, I tried to get the bird's nest out from underneath the stupid solar panels. I don't know if this goes for every company across the board, but I have a bone to pick with Sunrun. And I've already called them. I've already done all the things that I think I can do. But it's just so aggravating that, one, I don't own my solar panels, okay? So the one thing that I like about the Sunrun company is that you don't have to buy the units. Like, they're not owned by every house. They let you lease. And that being that I don't own the solar panel. So if something goes wrong with a solar panel, they just come and replace it. They make sure it's working. They're checking it and making sure everything's functioning properly, which is a plus. But what happened is I was told that when I needed a new roof, they would come and take them down and then let me put on my roof and then put them back up. That was false. And then they told me that, I called them about the bird's nests. And I'm like, look, I got 4 pretty decent sized bird's nests underneath these solar panels. I'm like, you guys should come and remove them. And they're like, oh, you can pay for that. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm letting you know that there's some birds under the solar panels just ruining shit. And you're going to sit there and tell me that, we can put up, protection and do this and do that and, try to keep the birds out. And if you want the bird's nest removed, you have to pay for it. I'm like, well, you know what? No. So I went up on that roof myself Friday morning, trying to break up the big one. The big nest must have been at least 16 inches wide. Right? And so I'm trying to break this thing up. I'm getting it to move. I'm pulling out chunks. It is a fucking mess. There's shit everywhere, literally. They are just making a mess of my roof. And then I was like, all right, I got most of this one. I go over to the third one, the fourth one. I break those 2 up relatively easy. They were smaller. I go back to the next to last one. And I was like, okay, let's try and get this one out. I got 75% of that one out. I was like, okay, all right, we're making some movement. And then I go back over to the big one. And I am bashing the shit out of this. There must have been a twig, almost a penny to dime width under there, just getting caught on shit. I was like, oh my God, what did they do? They like brought up roots and trees and branches and oh my. So I'm like digging at it, and all of a sudden I get a little bit of a snag. So every time this was happening, I would just push down, maybe move over, whatever, and it would release. So I push down and I pull, and all of a sudden I got this I got this jerk, and I was like, oh, that wasn't supposed to do that. And so I pull out the marker, and the piece that I was using to hook the nests is now underneath my solar panel. Stuck in the stupid nest. So it didn't quite work. I tried bringing up a very small rake. It was too wide to fit under them. I've tried so many different things. So if anybody else knows how to remove a nest, bird's nest specifically, from underneath solar panels, hit me up, all right? Send me a message, because I am super bummed out about this. It is just unfortunate. I don't like the fact that that's stuck underneath my solar panel, but I am thankful that I completely wrapped it up in painter's tape. So there's no metal showing, I hope. Boy, oh boy, I think I'm in trouble with that one. But yeah, so I have a bone to pick with, Sunrun. I don't understand you. I can't stand the way that the salesperson told me certain things were going to happen, and then they didn't. How do you do it? I can't figure it out. I mean, I'm up on a ladder. I'm up on the roof, and the only thing I'm worried about the entire time I'm up there and doing those things is falling. That's all I worry about. I'm just doing everything in my power not to fall, which probably takes away from the capability of actually removing the nest, because I'm so uneasy with being on the roof of my house. But yeah, while I was up there and trying to get the bird's nest out, I had to extend all my gutters. I had to go around a bunch of areas and silicone and use patch on the roof. And oh man, I do not like being on a roof, but I will tell you, when you get up there, do what you got to do, get it done, get down, and I'm back on flat ground safely. I feel like I accomplished something. It's fucking, it's no fun. I appreciate heights today. I'm not gonna bounce. No, it's gonna be a very bad day for me if I fall. And I think this is the first time my uncle was up for his birthday. I mean, it's nice that my aunt and uncle are, talking with my mom and dad again. Hey, family drama. Everybody's got it, man. Everybody's got it. I mean, I feel like adults are more childish than children. Like, they just, get your shit together, right? I don't understand it. It's hard to get them to do what you need them to do. There's always a reason why you can't. There's this, there's that. Man, just get it together and stop it. I don't know where I was going with this, but I just feel like adults are more childish than children. It's wild to me, whether it's family drama or construction or this or whatever it is. It's a really, really tough job to keep adults on a good path to getting something done, because they always allow something to get in the way and kind of screw it up. I don't even know where I'm going anymore, but I do know we're going to take a quick little break so I can tell you all about Unleash Your Style. Discover slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com, where fashion meets individuality. Get ready to elevate your style game and make a statement that's uniquely you. At slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com, they believe that clothing is an expression of your personality. Their collection is designed to empower you, inspire confidence, and help you embrace your true self. Crafted with precision and passion, their garments are meticulously made using the finest materials, from luxurious fabrics to impeccable stitching. Every piece reflects their commitment to quality. They understand that comfort is key, which is why they have carefully designed each garment with your comfort in mind. Experience the perfect blend of style and coziness that will keep you looking and feeling great all day long. Don't just take my word for it. Join the slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com community, where style mavens and trendsetters come together. When you're dressing for your everyday wardrobe or seeking that one statement piece, slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com has you covered. Their wide range of styles and sizes ensures that everyone can find their perfect fit. Unleash your style and make a lasting impression with slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. Visit their website today. Join the fashion revolution and let your clothing tell the story. slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. Your style, your story. All right, and we're back. We're going to get into some Topher's topics. Woo! Topher's topics. So let's see here. Scientists report creation of first human synthetic model embryos. Researchers say they have created the first synthetic human embryo-like structures in the world. Where? Team of researchers in the United States and the United Kingdom say they have created the world's first synthetic human embryo-like structures from stem cells, bypassing the need for eggs and sperm. Oh, shit. I bet you it has no gender. These embryo-like structures are at the very early stages of human development. They don't have a beating heart or a brain, for example, but scientists say they could one day help advance the understanding of genetic diseases or the causes for miscarriages. The researchers raised critical legal and ethical questions in many countries, including the U.S., don't have laws governing the creation or treatment for synthetic embryos. The pace of discoveries in this field and the growing sophistication of these models have alarmed biotech experts as they push ever closer to the edge of life. Unlike human embryos arising from a vitro fertilization, in vitro fertilization, where there is an established legal framework, there are currently no clear regulations governing stem cell derived models of human embryos. There is an urgent need for regulations to provide a framework for the creation and use of the stem cell derived models of human embryos. James Briscoe, Associate Research Director at the Francis Crick Institute, said in a statement. So they made a fake baby without a brain? Man, this is crazy. It's wild. I can't even wrap my head around it right now. But that's going to be the body for the AI stuff, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're coming up with synthetic babies to drop AI into them. And then, I mean, what do you got? You got an android, right? This technology is out of control. It's out of control. We are trying to make human life out of electronics, AI, synthetics. And when it comes together, I'm telling you, we do not have more than 2 years. There's no freaking way we have more than 2 years right now. I didn't even know they were making a synthetic embryo. That's wild. That is wild. So, I mean, it's not going to be long before we're not going to be able to tell the difference between AI and human. And now we may not be able to tell the difference one day between an actual human and an AI, android, standing next to each other. So never mind trying to figure out right now if AI is talking to you or a human is. Well, who knows? In a couple years, you could be standing on the sidewalk next to an android. It's not even human. But you won't be able to tell. Could we be that close to the Skynet? And it's like, is that going to happen? I believe it could. Only I think it's got to be programmed in there, right? But also going with the AI, if everybody, there's 100 million, is that what it was? I think it was 100 million people use Chat GPT. I don't know if all of them pay the $20 a month, but all that information going into that AI on a daily basis, and it's only getting bigger. How many people are asking that thing horrible questions? Right? And that thing's just like spouting off whatever, it's telling it, you know what I mean? But it's also learning that. So is it possible with like, I'm not going to really, like Skynet, okay, I will say it. Like when it was Skynet saw that the human species was awful, it was ruining things, it was ruining everything. So it wanted to take it out because it saw it as a bad thing. But I think it had to learn that. What if this AI being distributed to all 100 million plus people, and you have like, I don't know, let's just say 1 or 2%, which is very low but extremely high with the numbers. What if they're feeding it negative stuff? And, you know, I was thinking, like, could the AI be programmed to become negative? But I don't think it has to if it's learning negative shit from everybody else pumping into it. And therefore, it would see people as a negative thing, and then it would be like, oh, this is no good. You got to go. So maybe it'll figure it out, but maybe it needs to be programmed to figure it out. I don't know. Everybody says right now, this is super safe. It's fine. It's never going to turn on us. They would never do that. I don't believe a single one of those people. Because guess what? They can't see the future. They know how it was programmed. They know what it was programmed, but they don't know what they're going to do with the program. AI is autonomous intelligence. So a true AI will do whatever it wants with the information. At some point, I'm still calling 2 years. But Jesus Christ, synthetic embryos, man. Oh, we're making plastic humans. What? All right, this is crazy. I got a couple crazy ones for you all. I know I did a lot of talking last time with the articles, and I wanted some more videos this time. So here you go.
Platform in the last week. It's body cam video from a Lowndes County Sheriff's deputy who was on the opposite side of the highway investigating another crash. While on the scene, the video showed a car driving up the back of a tow truck ramp and then flying over the truck and flipping in the air. The deputy then rushes to the aid of the driver, reportedly a woman who survived. This incident is also raising awareness to Georgia's move over law, which requires drivers to slow down and or move over when approaching emergency vehicles on the side of the road, which includes tow trucks.
People not moving over actually has hit my family as well. In 1966, when my father was 12, he lost his father, my grandfather. He was hooking up to a vehicle and a drunk driver rear-ended the tow truck that he was right behind.
To protect roadside workers and drivers with disabled vehicles, AAA is offering some precautionary tips. Remain alert and avoid distractions when driving. Keep an eye out for emergency vehicles, tow trucks, etc. that are stopped on the side of the road. Slow down and, if possible, move one lane over.
I can control the load that I am towing. I can control where it's at once I arrive on scene, and I can control how it gets off my truck. The only thing I cannot control is the people driving by. That is the worst nightmare.
We're still working to confirm the condition
of the
driver
this.
who flew over the truck and what charges she faces. Penalties for not abiding by Georgia's move over law include a fine of $500 and 3 points on your license. Mackenzie Petrie, WALB, your hometown news source.
So Fucking stupid. I mean, all right, so the other day, I'm driving on the highway, some guys drifting into my lane, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, you know, so I speed up, I get past them. As I'm passing them, what do I see? What the fuck is your problem? Anybody who is on their phone. All right. Hold on. Let me rephrase this real quick. You don't need to put your phone in your hand. Get one of those damn magnet things and put it on the windshield or wherever and friggin' stick your phone up there. Keep it above the steering wheel so that you can keep your eyes on the road. I do it all the time. That's how I listen to my podcast. That's how I change my channels. That's how I make my phone calls. That's how I do my text messaging, because now my job needs me to be on call 24/7 and I have to continuously put out fires. So if I get a question, I have to be able to answer. You just go boop, 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 like this. Look, I'm touching my phone and I'm looking at the camera, right? I'm touching my phone and I'm looking at the road. I can still do everything. We've got the voice stuff now. I mean, I just press a button and I go blah, 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 blah. Send. And it goes blah, 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 and it sends it. I don't care if the spelling errors are there. I don't care if the words came out wrong. You text me, I gave you a friggin' response. You don't like it, I'll figure it out when I stop. But if I need to get a response out quickly, that's how I do it. But to be on your phone like this and driving, that's what happens. So I don't have any sympathy for this girl. I hope she gets in trouble. I hope she's not dead. I don't wish death upon him, but I mean, it's your own fucking stupidity. These accidents, people running stop signs, pedestrians today are getting run over more than ever from people not yielding, stopping, or using the lights. Or how about turn signals? What the fuck happened to those? So I agree with everything that they say. You have to put your phone in a nice, secure area. Like, just get off of it. Try to, try to disconnect a little bit, as I want you to watch and listen to my podcast. But don't do it while you're driving, or maybe do. Just black out the screen. I don't know. Just stop scrolling. You know another thing that gets me? Scrolling at a stoplight. Fuck off. Because as soon as that bitch turns green, they're still like this. Just get off the road. Stay the fuck home. Like, it just drives me crazy. The stuff irritates and makes me angry because I just find it to be so simple to stop, but these things are so addictive that you physically can't stop. It's like the phones have turned a majority of people into like meth addicts. It's crazy. And it starts by handing anybody under the age of 16 a phone. You got to stop doing it. It's not a babysitter. We used to scream and yell about sticking our kids in front of the TV. I was part of that generation where my mom and dad were always talking about how they're not so friends, but people their age, right? Well, the TV was very popular. Nintendo was giant, and everybody was always talking about how we need to get the kids outside and get them off the video games and get them up and off the TVs. And we would always be told, if you sat too close to the TV, you're going to burn a hole in your eyes. And I don't know how much that was actually true. But even when the TVs and the Nintendos were coming up, back before cell phones, those were our cell phones. And you know what my parents did? They unplugged it. They took it from me. They would take the games and they make me go outside. And you're probably like, well, you can't really go outside today. I guess it depends on where you live. And it's pretty true. It is a lot more dangerous out there. I know I don't like to go running around the neighborhood anymore with everybody running the stop signs, and the amount of pedestrians getting hit today is just too high. But we've got to stop giving the kids phones before 16. We've got to figure this shit out because our world is getting wrecked, and it's not going to get any better if we just keep allowing the same shit to keep going. You know? That's the definition of being insane. So maybe we are all insane because we all just want to keep doing what we're doing, but we want and expect different results. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right, so this one here is a little long in the tooth, but I like how it goes over what happened in the sub. So let's check this out.
What is an implosion? Implosion is a process of destruction by collapsing inwards of the object itself. Where explosion expands, implosion contracts. In the case of the Titan submergible, the implosion was caused due to very high hydrostatic pressure of the surrounding water, which happened within a fraction of a millisecond, as shown in the animation. At the depth the Titanic rests, there is around 5,600 pounds per square inch of pressure. That's almost 400 times the pressure we experience on the surface. As the submersible is deep in the ocean, it experiences the force on its surface due to the water pressure. When this force becomes larger than the force hull can withstand, the vessel implodes violently. But why did this implosion happen to the Titan submersible? Existing technology is based on steel, titanium, and aluminium. These are what kept other submarines from being crushed. But the Titan has had an experimental design. It used mostly carbon fibers, which have the advantage of being lighter than titanium or steel. The properties of carbon fibers for deep sea applications are, however, not that well understood. It can crack and break suddenly. This is not a submarine, but the Titan is a Cyclops-class manned submersible. But what's the difference between the two? The primary difference between a submersible and a submarine is that the submersible is launched from a mother vessel or home vessel. They are typically launched on a raft or platform, which is placed into the ocean, and ultimately descends via 4 electric thrusters, which helps it to reach speeds of around 3 knots. But a submarine can dive underwater without any external equipment and surface all through the process of buoyancy. These are the basic system that makes up the submersible. Number 1. The mothership named the Polar Prince, which is actually an icebreaker. Number 2. The ramp that transports the vessel up to a certain department. Number 3. The OceanGate Titan itself.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm watching this and I am freaking out inside. Why? I would never get in this thing. I mean, I have no money. I can't go on something like this anyways because it's $250,000. But just watching that video, watching the submersion, the implosion effect, I did find it interesting how the center of it imploded, but the cage in the front did not. So like the tail end imploded, the center imploded, and then when the tail imploded, it exploded because of the carbon dioxide and oxygen tanks. They got punctured, and when tanks get punctured, they explode. So that blew the tail end apart. But now I understand the wreckage of that. But again, I'm like, and now, did you see that the guy, the stepson has all this money and he can't get a woman to have sex with him now? I mean, shit. I wish I had that. I don't know if I have that video. Let me see if I got that video. Hold on. So this is the stepson of the billionaire that was killed. And this guy right now is shooting his shot at OnlyFans models, saying that I have millions of dollars and I still can't have sex. I mean, dude, you're gonna find the wrong people. Quit asking me for money unless you're a beautiful woman, trans woman too, an OF model, or a black dude trying to go to college. What? With millions to spare, I can't get laid. I mean, it's just, people are just, I'm sorry, they're fucking retarded. I don't even know what's happening anymore. So this is the stepson of the billionaire that was in the Seagate. And this guy can't get laid. So, I mean, it is just, everything today seems to just be crazy. It's just crazy. I don't understand it. This guy's going after OnlyFans. I mean, you telling people that you got millions of dollars or whatever the fuck it is that you got, doesn't matter how much money you have in the world. If you're not a charismatic, good, maybe person, sometimes you don't even have to be a good person. You have to be good with talking to people, maybe making eye contact, maybe one-on-one conversation, which has been lost today. But he's never going to get that. Never going to get it, right? Because it seems like he doesn't get it. It's like, I got money and I can't get laid. No shit, dude. Then go get a prostitute. Go get an escort worker. Or go somewhere where prostitution is legal and go do that. Why are you shouting out to OnlyFans to try and see if you can get laid? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It sounds absolutely retarded. Just like going on the OceanGate and not realizing all the complications that were going to happen. I freak out every time I see videos about it or talk about it. It's just, God, it just seems so unsafe. And that CEO really took their lives into his own hands by not retesting it, by telling them it was safe. And you know what? I looked at the inside. I saw photos of the inside. The monitors were screwed into the walls. Did anybody else see this? The literal screws in a monitor arm into the wall. And I go, no, this can't be real. This has got to be fake. And it's not. It was real. Why wouldn't you just put the monitors on a stand and screw the stand to the table? Why do you need more table down there? It made no sense to me, and I just saw things that I was like, oh yeah, no, I would never do this. But I did want to kind of get an idea of how the ship imploded. You know, I know what an implosion is. I know why it exploded, but I was just curious to see it because I wanted to see it in comparison to the pieces that were pulled up from the ocean that they found. I can't say body parts, but they found human remains inside. So I bet you that was fun to do. You know, you got multiple scientists pulling out human whatever goo, and they're testing it, and it's like, I found the CEO. I don't know any of their names, and then all of a sudden the other scientist is like, I found the CEO, and they're like, okay, all right, that's it. We found the same CEO twice. If anybody else finds the CEO's DNA, you can just throw it away because we've already found them. We're looking for the other 4 now. Like it must just be a pile of fucking mess. Although if there was any actual parts stuck in that thing, then you might have something viable. But if it was just mush, I mean, they must be tearing out their hair. Like, you found him again. I thought this was gonna be the other one. They're like tossing it around the room. All right, so this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've never heard of this. I did not know it existed. But this Skibidi Toilet. Skibidi, 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 skibidi doobity, right? Skibidi, skibidi. if you've seen this, this is the wildest thing I've ever seen. I don't even know. I get the gist of what's going on, but man, there is so much more that this person does. And I just thought this was crazy. I was like, what am I watching?
My style is ridiculous. We're here to hurt nobody.
What?
My style is ridiculous.
Okay, so it's just the same thing over and over and over again for 20 minutes. 20 minutes this goes on. And it's basically a war between these toilets with heads in them and bodies with cameras for heads. And they're killing each other. It's a giant war. And we're all stuck in the middle of it. But I found that the funniest thing was like when they're in an actual war, right?
My style is ridiculous.
Look at this. What?
My style is ridiculous.
And then it just starts over again. But watch. He flushes them down the toilet. You're like, what is this? Has anybody else seen this? But look, a full-on war. Just non-stop war. It just keeps escalating and escalating and getting more and more and more. And I think, oh my goodness. And I think what's happening is we're looking at all of this going on through one of the bodies with a camera on its head, because they constantly just whoop right to the camera, and I'm like, well, why they keep getting in the way of my shot? But I don't think they're in the way of my shot. I think I'm looking at it through one of those cameras. But you can just it also kind of shows how war is, right? Because war always escalates. Because you attack, you kill, and then they want to attack and kill more, and then it goes back, and they want to kill more and attack more. And it just becomes this escalation to a point where there is no return or no going back to something that would be known as peace. And that's what we're worried about today with Ukraine, which is why I thought this was new, but then I found out it's not. But man, I did not watch the whole 20 minutes. I want to show you a couple more things real quick, because I just think the escalation part of the actual war is very important, because war is awful, right? We're watching what's going on right now, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what's going on. I do, but I also know that, like, sometimes we have to pull our nose out of it, but we want to be this world police. Well, I mean, This can happen any day. See, and then everything's calm. Oh, oh. Oh, here they come again. Oh, whoa. What the fuck? See? Oh, okay, I was right. I was right. So we are the cameramen. We're looking through it at the cameramen. But now they've got... Did you see how, like, the little toilet guys had the capability of attaching themselves onto the camera, I guess men, and taking over their bodies and making them attack their own. See how it keeps escalating? And now these guys have probably got some more armor. And then all of a sudden, now they've got bigger speakers. And they're blowing each other up. And they got more rockets. See, that's a toilet guy that took over a camera guy. I mean, the actual behind it all, and here we go, towards the end. Look. Everything is destroyed. Oh, see? We're blacking out again. But, I mean, that is just one of the wildest things I've ever seen. I do not know, but millions of views for this. See, don't watch Skibidi Toilets all seasons. Don't watch. It's so weird. Look, and they have other videos as well. Like I was flipping through, checking it out. They've been doing all kinds of shit. This is called TwT Boom. 21 million.
Damn it, radio doesn't work. Nah, who needs it anyway?
I mean, what? We're not jamming or what? Then you go to other ones. They got some weird skits.
Who needs a fucking car anyway?
I mean, what? This is the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I've been on this planet for 43 years and I've seen some weird shit. I like this one too.
I'm a doctor. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up.
I mean, this is some wild shit. It's wild to me. This one is like 20 something minutes long as well. But again, they do like little skits. There's some action going on.
Hey, how's it going, dude? Oh, what you drink?
Oh.
What is that? A water? Yeah. Well, what did you expect? Oh.
A number 6 extra large with 45 extra. Oh shit! CJ! Help me!
Oh shit! Damn! Motherfucker!
Nice view. Oh.
Oh shit! What a fucking idiot.
No! No!
Laughing my ass off.
What the fuck?
Damn it. I lost. Nah, who cares anyway? Boom. Who is the loser now?
What?
Who needs a gun anyway?
Oh, whoa.
Get this motherfucker!
Like that? Well, now what? What's the point? To think, all I used to want to do was sell insurance.
Less
all that?
people,
It's freedom.
more
I
money.
can't believe this day is finally coming.
What the fuck?
If you win me, you can have the money.
Fair, but we will play my game.
What's the rules?
Rules? Who needs them anyway?
Bonds, been best rolls for vibrators, when you try to battle me.
Pathetic.
Ah!
Come on. Right.
Woo! Oh, man. Woo! That is some wild, wild shit, man. And that is today's podcast for everybody out there. I hope you have, whew, that is just blowing me away, man. Just blowing me away. But I want to thank everybody for subscribing and watching and sharing. Don't forget to use that link tree, copy it, paste it, share it, do all those things. If you're new to the podcast, remember to subscribe. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. And of course, if you want to get your story out there, maybe you want to be a guest on the podcast, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Go ahead and send those out. And I just want to say, hey, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. And as always, I will talk to you later.